What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the channel. And in this episode, we're going to be recapping and going over the Edmonton Oilers versus the Los Angeles Kings Game 1 Stanley Cup Playoffs Western Conference Round 1 Series matchup. And boy, oh boy, this one can be summed up in one word, and that is choke. The Edmonton Oilers absolutely choked this one. They had it in their grasp to take a decisive Game 1 series win, and they throw it away. Kudos to the LA Kings for coming back. Taking a look at the stats on your screen right now. Shots on goal, 40-35 for the Oilers. Faceoffs, 58-43. Power plays, 2 for 6 for the Kings, 1 for 3 for the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers scored on the Evan Bouchard absolute rip of a power play. Hits 50-49. It was a hit fest in this one. Blocks 19-17, giveaways 18-12. But man, oh man, you can look at the scoring there. 2-0 after the first, no goals in the second. You kind of think Edmonton can keep the momentum of the lead and holding the lead. 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey, yada, 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 yada. Everyone will say that, but it proved to be correct in this one. Kings got on the board pretty early into the third period. Draisaitl then came back, scored after Kempe put it in for the Kings, but then Kempe with the second. Kopitar within the 9 seconds of the third buries home the loose puck in the crease area off a pretty hard shot from Danault, and then Iafallo buries it in overtime to send the Kings victorious in game number 1. Bunch of players had some great games. Draisaitl played great, obviously 2 goals for him, but he looked very good throughout the game. Kempe, Kopitar, Iafallo looked very good. Danault playing great hockey. Danault and Kopitar finding a way to shut down Connor McDavid. He had 0 points this entire game, as you guys, when we scroll down here and see, he was a -2 on the day. Just absolutely crazy stuff. Hyman played great. Draisaitl, we already mentioned him. Evander Kane looked pretty solid out there, throwing the body around, more of a depth-type player role. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins looked okay. McDavid, he had that sick move beating 3 players, unable to bury. He looked good, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't produce, do the Edmonton Oilers go only as far as their captain can take them? That might be the question throughout the playoffs. I know Draisaitl did as much as he could, but it just wasn't enough for the Edmonton Oilers to win that game. Bouchard looked okay. Ekholm looked okay. Nurse looked pretty good on the back end. Skinner, he looked pretty good throughout the game. Obviously, some of the goals, that game-time goal, he just couldn't squeeze the puck. It went through his 5-hole, and Kopitar was able to bury that. You can't just blame that on him. Defensive sort of breakdown, wide open man, backdoor for a hard shot from Danault. But again, kudos to the LA Kings for grinding this one out. They could have just packed it in and said, okay, guys, we're done. 2-0, end of the first, pack it in. Drew Doughty played a pretty decent. Byfield looked very speedy out there, being a difference maker in the game. So, man, look out for the Kings. If they can maybe steal game 2 away from home, who knows? Maybe this could be a sweep. I extremely doubt this will be a sweep for this series. I fully expect Edmonton to get back into it. Edmonton needs to win game number 2, and I think they will. It might be like a 4-1, 4-2 victory for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't think you can keep McDavid off the point sheet for 2 games in a row, so expect a big game out of him in game number 2. They'll probably take a look at some video and find a way to break down some of the LA Kings defense that they got going against him and Draisaitl, although, again, Draisaitl, 2 goals for him on the day. Goaltending, Korpisalo actually looked pretty decent, stopping some good pucks. He screened on the Bouchard goal. Draisaitl kind of just got loose, and anytime he has an opportunity to shoot the puck, look out. Second goal for Draisaitl, kind of a little bit of a scramble-ish type play, so can't really fault Korpisalo too much for those goals given up. So I thought he played very solid. Expect him to continue to keep that up, but man, oh man, the Kings are sneaky. They could find a way to steal the series, but I expect game 2 to be as fiery as this first one was. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought of this game. What are your predictions for game number 2? Will the Oilers step up? Will McDavid carry his team to a victory with the cast and characters kind of helping them out, or will they have to rely on the team? Can the Kings steal another one in Edmonton? We'll just have to wait and see for game number 2, but that's going to be it for today's episode. Enjoy the games tonight here, guys. Night number 2 of the NHL playoffs should be a good one. Really excited for Toronto, Tampa Bay, and excited to see Seattle Kraken with their playoff debut against the Colorado Avalanche. But I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.